migrate over to the laptop then. I just wanted to finish this one step.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of TightSpot's Lounge. Guys, I know it's been a little bit. We've had some life throw us some curveballs. Just you know, we're here. We're here. Nakattack's here. He's looking at his new computer parts as he's gearing up to delve into a new PC as he
I'll show everybody real quick.
Yeah, do it. Yeah,
this is my first time building the PC, guys. So I'm working on it now. I'm just working some of the power cable management, and I had to consult my manual as my graphics card. So I got an AMD build going on. I should be able to play just about any game on 1080p. So I'm excited to play a handful of maybe AAA titles, but yeah, you know, fun. My old computer died.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason I hopped aboard on this. I wasn't quite ready to do this, but since the other one died, I basically had to. So
you had to, but I'm going to tell you this, guys. We've been gaming a little bit together. We got to game together last weekend. We got to play Rocket League on the Switch, and I tell you what, man, that was one of the best times I've had in gaming in a long time.
Oh my god, I love Rocket League so much, and it was even more fun that I got to play with you.
Yeah, it was one of those things where we haven't done in years, man. We have been able to game because just you didn't have any system. You stopped buying systems because you had a family. But luckily your son turned 11. Your mother-in-law bought him a Switch. And look at where we're at now. We're playing Rocket League on Sundays, having a good time, making laughs. I was pumping your kids up, cheering them on like you guys were, even though you were telling them how to do stuff, and it was great. It was a fun time. We were off air and all that, but
especially my younger ones, they would keep driving up the wall, and then they wouldn't know how to turn. And I'm like, just hold the directional button, and you'll turn around. And they just kept not doing it.
I tell you what, it was fun. It was fun. I mean, your kids are your kids, and I know you want to get them into gaming, and I hope they continue doing what they've been doing here, hanging out with you and all that. But today is a jam-packed episode, guys. We have two movies. Yes, two movies to talk about.
I'm gonna migrate to my usual spot.
Okay, he's going to he's traveling in the dark. It's like a paranormal activity.
It's getting brighter.
Yeah, it's getting brighter.
There we go.
That was
I'm such a dad because I always turn the light out every room I exit. So
well, it's a thing we do. I do the same thing. I mean, hell, I only have this light on and the bedroom light on in the other room, so we have two lights on in the apartment.
Oh, sorry, guys. Let me get. John, I'll keep talking. I'll get my height adjusted, and I'll switch on this other computer here so I can see I'm in the right camera angle.
Do whatever, Nakattack. This is a great episode so far. But yeah, so for anyone who hasn't seen any of the posts, my wife is in the hospital again. She almost died on February 5th. She had a cardiac arrest twice, but she is getting back to normal, but it is a long progress. It is another setback in her journey to get better, but she's fighting. She's they did another tracheostomy and all that kind of stuff, so a lot of medical jargon, a lot of bullshit, red tape that we're dealing with as well for other things. But
1 second.
No problem. Nakattack keeps on having to leave, but he's back. But he's getting better. She's getting better, and Nakattack is getting better at gaming. Is this guy your new Red? No, Cannoli. I've been friends with Nakattack way longer than Red. And we just we're cool hats, Cannoli. But thanks for coming by the podcast. And
the lounge is a gentleman's club.
Yeah, lounge is
Hence
a
the
gentleman's
hat.
club. So we will get a shout out. We will get a shout out for your wild here in a second. I'm sorry that we have to do that, but we will. Wild would like a shout out in the chat, so let's do that. Wild spammed in fan. It's behind the video of Knack, but it's not really any video that you really want to check out. It's just a video of the gator or snake mouth or whatever it is that you post as a so thank you, Wild Spammed In fan, for being here as well. So we're here to talk about two movies. That's just a little bit of life update for me, and we gave a little update on Nakattack as well, since his computer is coming together nicely. He should have it up and running by the weekend. Which his weekend
bullets till it actually turns on. So
yeah, his weekend starts now. My weekend doesn't start till Tuesday. So we're gonna have a good hour's worth of talk here, or last maybe 45 minutes or so. Okay, that looks like an M1 game capture. There's no game. Okay, that's cool. Thank you, Spampton, for explaining that. So go follow him if you have not. I haven't really gotten to check out his streams, but check out his streams. So let's get back to where we're going. We got two movies. One movie that I chose, which was our rom-com for Valentine's Day, and the other one was a movie that Nakattack chose, because I said, Nakattack, choose the next one, and Nakattack was like, oh, I got one. So it is going to be Castle in the Sky. We'll talk about Castle in the Sky in the second part of the podcast as well. I know he has a lot to talk about that movie, and we do. I do too. I have a lot to say about that. But we have a lot to say about the first movie, which starred two stars, right? Two stars, two Hollywood stars, one actress, one actor. We've talked about the one a lot because we watched a lot of his movies on this podcast, which were the John Wick films recently. Past episodes are available on YouTube and elsewhere, or maybe some of them aren't. I don't know. Whatever. If they're not available, you missed out on the fun. But it is Keanu Reeves, and one that's going to be starring in a movie that's coming out later this year that we really enjoyed the first one of. Beetlejuice 2 is coming out. Winona
wait,
Ryder.
that's still happening?
Yes, that is seriously happening in September.
I thought that got shit canned, because I know it seemed like it was gonna happen like 7 years ago, and then it just got kind of stuck in developmental hell, and then I thought it just kind of got.
Nope, it's still happening this year. This year it's coming out. I think September 6th. I saw.
Is Tim Burton directing it?
Yes, Tim Burton is directing it. Oh my god. Nakattack's like, no, I don't know. But
let me just say, like, I love old Tim Burton, but like everything Tim Burton's made since the turn of the century has just been garbage.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll leave it at that. I don't know. But the movie that we're talking about is Destination Wedding. And man, oh man, what a shit show of a movie featuring two stars, Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. Yeah, I chose this movie thinking, oh, it's gonna be fun.
And at first glance, it passes the QC test. It looks like a legitimate movie.
Yeah, it
the
does.
First scene or two is actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this will be okay. But then, like 10 minutes in, you're like, oh no.
But see, the thing is, Nakattack, I kind of like it, but not really. Like, I'm gonna tell you this, guys. Like, this movie reminds me of two people who are doing a podcast that are complaining about things about a wedding and about their lives. Not us. We don't complain about our lives. We talk about it. But I'm just like, the fact that these two people sit there and rip on their entire families, like they're not his. Well, Keanu Reeves' character's family, because he's there for his brother's wedding, and Winona Ryder's character slept with his brother before and dated his brother and was engaged to him, and yeah, so somehow, like, Keanu Reeves, of course, is supposed to come to the wedding, but
she gets invited for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason,
they sort of bring it up, but it's like her meandering answer, and that's just how they talk, is meandering just nonstop. Both
Yeah.
characters, and just I couldn't follow. I was just
It's
like,
like
at that point, I'm just like banging my head on the desk, like, stop talking.
it's like a constant monologue between two people. It's kind of like if it was a play. I think this should have been a play on Broadway or off Broadway, where
Yeah,
like it would have
yeah,
been like
for sure.
yeah, instead of a movie. I think it would have been like it would have been better as a play, because honestly,
And the thing too is, I think Winona Ryder was her performance was definitely better than Keanu's in this. Like, this definitely isn't the role for Keanu.
no, no, but he fits the bill. His way of talking reminds me of like how Ted would talk if this was like not a Bill and Ted movie, right?
Well, also like too, that you could tell this was filmed in the middle of some of them John Wick sequels, because he still had that look where his beard makes him look like a skull, and he was
Yep.
just like, "Fuck it, I'm not changing this look."
So true. I seriously thought it was a John Wick movie at first. Like, oh,
I almost like to think like it's just some weird John Wick spinoff where he just went on vacation away from it all.
yeah. It could have been that. Like, he's like, okay, I retired, but they're gonna pull me back later. Like, this is like the prequel to John Wick. Like,
Yeah, it's like the day before his wife's funeral from the first film. It's like literally the day before he gets drugged back into the criminal underworld.
this is a funny way of thinking of that. Uh, so it's definitely a movie that I am sorry that I recommended to both of us. It was just off the whim, because you came up with the idea of like, let's choose a rom-com for Valentine's Day. So I really thought that with two star powers together, like Winona was and Keanu, both are, like, they have their star power. I thought it would be a lot better of a movie, because honestly, it just rang like how it would have been like The Lake House, like how Sandra Bullock and Keanu did that movie back years before this one. I like The Lake House, and I think we talked about it like in life, like during the journey.
The Lake House is okay.
Yeah.
That's like one of those movies, like, I saw it once, I don't really ever need to see it again.
Yeah, it was kind of like a thing that I did because I was like, oh, that's a good movie, blah blah blah.
I would argue the better romantic movie slash rom-com they did in the past was The Replacements, which is also a sports film, and I love that movie.
Yes, The Replacements is a great movie. That definitely did a lot of, like, from that movie you've seen a lot of spin-offs, kind of like Blue Mountain State and Leatherheads, and so on and so forth, all this like comedy sports films. But yeah, so I agree, like, The Lake House is a better film. Replacements is great.
Yeah, Wedding Destination feels like it's trying to be like a Wes Anderson film, in the way like the characters are trying to be like, super smart and witty, but the direction is so flat.
Would it be like
Like,
a
and
Woody
what
Allen
like
film
I'm
too?
thinking of, like,
Am I
specifically
right?
the
Like Woody
Life
Allen?
Aquatic
Yeah,
was kind of
Life
like
Aquatic.
this.
Yeah.
But like Wes Anderson's direction was just so much better, and they obviously had a bigger budget. Like, this film, like, you could tell like it was literally just Keanu and Winona Ryder, because whenever they would show other people, like, they were never in the same shot as when they showed like a group of other people. It was like so rare when that did happen. So it was like really just filming them, and then just filming like other scenes. Like, you'd see the back of the heads, and it's like, it's obviously not Keanu and Winona. It's like two other actors just filling in that shot.
The whole thing when they're in the wine cellar, when they're drinking, like, and they're just like being the, let's talk about these people and make fun of them. It kind of reminds me of Dennis Miller, just Dennis Miller talk, kind of like it would be like Dennis Miller and some other like political or comedian talking, because it was just one of those things where it was just like,
I don't agree.
okay, never mind. It was just smart talk. It was smart talk, but it was also
Yeah,
like,
well, it's smart talk because like this movie thinks it's way smarter than it actually is,
yeah.
and that's why it came across as kind of obnoxious, at least in my opinion.
That's what they were. They were obnoxious, but they fell in love with each other at the end. So there you go. Don't watch the movie. I ruined it. But yeah, don't watch this movie. I am giving this 1 out of 5. I'm gonna skip through to the end of talking about it right now. 1 out of 5.
I also give it a 1 out of 5, but I kind of recommend maybe just checking out 10 minutes of it just to see how like some of the weird, bizarre choices the filmmakers made, especially like just keeping these flat, static angles forever as Keanu and Winona are talking.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they had no budget or anything to like just do something interesting, like just walk across the room or something. They're just both just there talking, and there's like barely any camera angle switches. It's so mind-numbingly boring, and they both talk the exact same way throughout the whole film, the same monotone, snarky voice.
The reason why I give it 1 out of 5 is the sex scene after getting almost attacked by a panther or a mountain lion or whatever, or cougar or whatever they fucking want to call it in the movie. Like they were arguing about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And they somehow managed to make a scene like that not only not sexy but not funny either, and it was supposed to be kind of both.
Yeah.
Like I was watching this and I was just like, I feel like my cock is shrinking watching this.
The first time I've ever heard Nick say, I felt like my cock was shrinking while watching.
There you go. Put that on the poster for it.
Yes. Let's get a clip.
My cock was shrinking.
Yes.
TightSpot's Lounge.
I'm gonna clip that right now, and I'm gonna put that on TikTok. I felt like my cock was shrinking. All right. Yes. So, guys, 1 out of 5 for both of us on that great shit show of a movie that we watched because of me. But just to let you guys know, our next episode is going to begin our birthday month, and that's going to be huge for the both of us. I know Nakattack already told me his movie, and he's going to be surprised by my movie. We're going to be announcing both of those movies tonight because I feel like, why the fuck not? Get people ready.
During birthday month, we like to treat ourselves. We pick something that we either a classic we love or something that's kind of new we really want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Normally we don't usually do that. We just kind of pick stuff that's sort of interesting that we think looks interesting. But like Christmas and our birthday, we like to pick something that we love or think we'll love, and watch it, rewatch it, and discuss it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that at the end, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up. That's coming soon to this podcast in a few minutes here. So Nakattack, our next movie is a classic 1986 film, redubbed in America, and it's available on HBO Max to watch. It's available. Where else is it? Where was it? You own a copy, don't you?
Yeah, I own a Blu-ray. I think it's on Prime too.
Yeah, Prime via Max.
I thought it might have been on Disney Plus, but I don't think it is currently because I know Disney had the distribution rights for these Miyazaki films, at least back in the mid-aughts. So
it's not, unfortunately, available on the Disney. I checked it out and I did not see it there, but I saw it on HBO Max. And I want to say, Nakattack, you have a real winner here with Castle in the Sky. Go ahead.
Yeah, this was basically your introduction to anime, right?
No.
As far as like anime film.
No. I mean, anime. I want to tell this is the least anime thing I've watched in my lifetime. It's animated film. I don't consider it an anime. I know it's been dubbed in America. I know it's a Japanese film, but I consider just a straight up animated film. Like it's.
Yeah, well, with that said, that's kind of why I picked this for you specifically. Like, this is a good entry film for anime. It has a lot of anime tropes, but they're not hardcore with them. Like, you have a mech robot, you have crazy vehicles, you have some over-the-top action scenes, but nothing's, like, too crazy in this one.
I agree. I mean, There are some crazy ones. I've seen like covers of films of anime, and I'm like, I don't know if I will watch that, but that looks crazy.
Like
Or
if you want to see this movie cranked up to 11, then I would recommend watching Steam Boy because that's basically this, but cranked up to 11. So
okay, all right. Well, Steam Boy might have to be watched down the line here. I mean, we have this podcast going. I mean,
that's a definitely one for the future. Steam Boy is a very fun film.
I will have to watch it. I know you have a lot of movies up there in the noggin that you are keeping from me. Like, hey, you need to watch this or whatever. I don't have a lot of films like that because honestly, a lot of my films are comedies and some of them ones are whatever. But yeah, I mean, I know another movie that we're gonna probably watch down the line is Oppenheimer. That's available in Peacock. So I know you watched it already, right? You watched Oppenheimer?
Yeah, Oppenheimer is very good.
Okay.
I enjoyed that one a lot.
So that's his thoughts. But let's talk
really
about
long, but very good.
Let's talk about Castle in the Sky here. I do have the film pictures up. Do you want me to start with the pictures now? Do you want me to bring up the pictures?
Yeah, I'm having trouble. Actually, I'm having trouble getting onto the Twitch stream, but you just bring stuff up and discuss because this is for 1986. This is a gorgeous animated film.
It is. I mean, you were.
And with that said, Japan has always been like 2 decades ahead of us as far as animation goes. So.
I mean, you were already a year older than me. You got to see, I mean, honestly, this movie was out when you were 2.
But I only saw this for the first time back in like 2014 or so. When they released all these Miyazaki films on Blu-ray. I was like, I never saw Castle in the Sky. Like, what's that one about? So I grabbed it, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, why have I not seen this before? Like this is, I think this is my favorite Miyazaki film, which is really saying something because he's got a shit ton of classics.
It seems like he does. So I have a picture.
I think he's most famously known for Spirited Away. I think that was like the big one that really broke him out in the States.
So what I have up right now is the picture of them in the kind of like the crow's nest glider that they got into on top of the
then the Sky Pirate ship.
The Sky Pirate ship, yes, off the Sky Pirate ship, and then they're on the island where they see the bird, and well, actually, I think it's the end of the movie where the birds are on the robot.
That's kind of setting up right before they reach the castle.
Yeah.
If I'm not seeing the picture, but if that's what I'm remembering the scene.
Yeah, I'm just having problems right now. I don't know what the hell the thing that. Okay, so the whole thing is like disappeared on my. What the hell is going on? Hold on, guys. I'm having issues.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I got it up now.
Okay.
I had to click one more thing.
Yeah, I can't. The hell.
Ah, crap.
Yeah, I can't get you up. Hold on. I'm just having issues
there we go.
right now.
Sorry, there was an echo. It's muting now.
Oh, okay. So let me just. There's them laying in the flowers. This is a beautiful.
Is my audio coming in okay?
Yeah, your audio is coming in okay. It's like my issue is like your video's not up because I am not being able to see you, but it's okay. You're there. You're gonna talk about the film, and I'll bring you back in after we talk about these stills. There's
and just so everyone knows, like this was all hand animated. I think Miyazaki still emphasizes hand animation in his films.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's some like the scene at the very end when minor spoiler when stuff starts getting destroyed. Like the amount of detail in some of those shots as things are falling apart is just incredible when you realize like that was all drawn by hand.
Well, I got it back working. I don't know what it was. It was like a lull in how this whole computer was working. So there's Sheeta levitating in the sun. That was in the beginning of the film, which was pretty awesome.
Did you watch the sub or dub?
I watched the one with the voices of Vanderbeek and them.
Okay. Yeah, I really like Mark Hamill's performance as the villain.
Yeah, Mark Hamill did great as
I think James Van Der Beek's performance is a little off. It's not bad, but there's just something that's just kind of not right. I think just because he just kind of sounds older than the character is. I think Anna Paquin nails it. Like she is Sheeta.
Dude, yeah, Anna Paquin did awesome. There's Laputa. That's what it was known as in Japan, right? Laputa? Slatin I Himnen.
That was like the actual name of the titular castle in the sky.
Yeah, but that that's the name right there, like right there, yeah. The Château dans la Ciel. That's also a castle in the sky, but in French. There's IMDb version of it. Walt Disney Home Entertainment presents a Studio Ghibli film.
That's the version I have, the Blu-ray.
There's a picture of one of the sky pirates is like they're falling in love with Sheeta, which was crazy. Like I'm like, Jesus, you guys are all old. Like what the fuck is this shit? Like
yeah, but it's done in a tongue-in-cheeky sort of way, not in a creepy way.
Yeah,
so
it's funny because they all end up helping her in the kitchen anyway.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. Like they're falling in love with her because she's so good at getting chores done and like doing the work for them. And they're just like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. There's the mapping. There's a picture of the fortress, the castle in the beginning where.
Are you able to bring up a picture of one of those mechs, those robot guardians?
Yeah. I mean,
I love the design of those things.
Right there. Is that it?
Whoop, 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 whoop. There it is.
I was like, I'm already there. I'm waiting for you to see it on the live screen.
It's very retro looking, but it's also very menacing.
Yeah, I like the spikes on the arms. That's pretty cool. Scaling.
And also, I like how the stakes get raised like big time when that thing shows up, because like it is a dangerous, basically like a force of nature. It's so hard to take down, and it's indiscriminate about who it attacks too. And I like how the music just kind of shifts too. It becomes kind of like a scary horror movie at that point.
Yeah, when they were like crawling and coming out of the chute. And then flying
and then
around.
It also raises the stake in the third act. Sorry, the stakes in the third act when you see like a bunch of these things, and you're just like, holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, the death scene though, when he dies in the fire, it reminds me of like the Iron Giant in Ready Player One. But I know this is like before Ready Player One, but also like
I would have said the death of the Iron Giant within the Iron Giant.
Okay, so. I've seen bits and pieces of that movie. I don't know. I just never really sat down and watched it. Maybe time will tell if we sit down and watch that movie. But big shout
Iron
out to
Giant's
Dr.
really
K.
good.
Dr. K's in the chat. Thank you for coming in, Dr. K. We're talking about Castle in the Sky. And if you're not familiar with the film, it's available on HBO Max to watch. Also, DVD, Blu-rays.
This is a Hayao Miyazaki film, so that should be a big stamp of approval right there.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he does. I mean, I've seen his stuff. Like, I've not seen his movies, but I've seen the artwork on DVD covers and posters around when I used to work at FYE. People would buy animes, and then this would be one of them. Mr. The Totoro's Neighbor, Howl's Moving Castle, all those movies.
Yeah.
People love, and
excuse me a sec, I need to grab a tissue. I'll be right back.
No problem. There's a little bit of inside the pirate ship. There's Sheeta making dinner. There's Sheeta and Dola, right? Dola is the name of the female sky pirate. Yeah. There's Goliath. There's pictures of the movie.
Sorry,
there.
I didn't think you wanted to see my nose dripping. So.
There's the Sky Pirates.
I'm getting over something my kids had. So.
Oh yeah. There's the Sky Pirates.
Oh, that sequence too in the film is great when they're being chased on the railroad tracks.
Yeah, that railroad track is crazy. They get shot.
This movie is such a great adventure film. Like, we didn't really talk about the plot, but basically everyone's trying to get this MacGuffin, which is this amulet that Sheeta has, and that's basically like a key to get into Laputa and control it. And basically Laputa is the castle in the sky, and it has those robot things. So basically, if you can control Laputa, you have like weapons of mass destruction. So
definitely does. And it's I mean, honestly, I did not know what to think of this movie when I went into it, because I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna make me watch an animated film that maybe I'll enjoy, maybe I won't. But it does. I'll tell you this: this movie brings a lot of my childhood back, being the fact that it's like this animation like was actually our childhood. If you look at it, like you look at like some of the cartoons we used to watch, like the Disney stuff was like this, like in a sense where this was like our childhood of watching cartoons and movies. So it kind of brought me back to there, but also it was cool. It was like a love story between Sheeta and Pazu a little bit, because they were together and they were happy and they saved each other and all that, and they've been through this life experience that not many people would have. Also, those creatures right here that I'm showing, those like furry fish, like rat, I don't know what to think of those. I don't even know what they are called, but that's pretty cool, like interesting character in the movie.
That's just kind of hints of things to come in Miyazaki's Princess Mononoke, which was which dealt with forest spirits and stuff and had a strong environmental message.
Okay, all right.
That's another one that has some pretty amazing hand-drawn animated sequences.
Yeah, like this one. I mean, look, you have Mosca and you have the general and you have the army man in the plane.
Yeah, so that's our main villain, a bunch of government spooks, and like I like how they make the colonel basically look like a fascist with that stupid uniform and everything.
Yeah, but it happens. I mean, this stuff is what it is. I mean, that's what they got to do to make a villain happen, and this film definitely does. I mean, I didn't like Mosca from the get-go. I thought he was an asshole, arrogant, pompous dick, and then we find out other things along the way in the movie, which if you guys haven't seen, I'm not going to ruin it, because honestly, it would ruin the whole story.
It's great to just experience this one.
Yeah, I agree. The robot, this scene right here where Sheeta is looking at the tunnel after the robot leaves the tunnel and into the forest a little bit, which is pretty awesome. Just how graphic, like in detail, the flowers and the like, it feels like you're watching, like you're in the movie a little bit with this. Like if you're like just standing here and looking at it, like okay, you're looking at a masterpiece of artwork, but also it feels like you're in the forest with them a little bit from the get-go. And
keep in mind, this was from 1986, so it's even that much more impressive.
Yeah, here's a funny screen screen of the movie right here, with the dad and the son's pirates, and the dad looks like
that's a wallpaper shot if I ever saw one.
Yeah, that looks okay. So that looks like Dr. Robotnik a little bit, doesn't it?
He does,
like,
yeah.
When I first saw him in the film, I'm like, this is Dr. Robotnik, but it is not. It is a sky pirate that had a couple kids.
I don't know if the creators of Sonic were inspired by that character, but it very much could be.
Probably was, but
the time frame is right.
Yeah, most definitely. We have a lot of issues going on here now. So
I was gonna say, I'm seeing a spinny screen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I stopped.
We're moving again. Whoop.
God damn it. Why are we having issues? The internet's acting up. Damn it. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on. This pisses me off. This shouldn't be happening like this.
Is the audio still going?
Yeah, the audio is still maybe going. I have no clue. Let me check on my screen here. I don't know why it's doing this. This is bullshit.
You can unmute it. Your audio is still going.
Okay, just not the stream. We're having a lot of frame. Oh, there we go. We're back.
It's getting very stuttery, at least from where I'm at.
Okay, we're back. We're back. I think. I had a kill kick.
Just keep rolling. The audio is there. It's all good.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I don't know. Issues happening during the internet. So, like, honestly, this movie, I know it's been out for 30...
Almost 40 years now.
Yeah.
Almost 40.
Almost 40. 30 plus years. I'll be 38 this year. I'll be 39 this year. Nick is, you know.
I'm going to be 40 in less than a month.
Yeah, Nakattack is going to be 40. I'm going to be 39. It's crazy. We're getting old. Some of these movies that we haven't seen that we're picking up. The pieces where we left off to find out life endeavors of movies on TightSpot's Lounge. But, Nakattack, this movie, honestly, I don't know what else to say. Go ahead, Nakattack. You have a lot more to say. Because I know we don't want to talk about...
I love the soundtrack, like the music. It's weird. Like there's some really weird tunes, but they do get stuck in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love kind of the Pirates theme whenever their ships show up, and it's just like that.
Yeah.
And I love their ships too. The design of their ships, how they're kind of like bugs.
Mm-hmm.
And they make that like sound when they're flying. Cool steampunk aesthetic in this film.
Definitely.
And we see glimpses of the wider world during the title sequence, even though we never really see it in the film.
Mm-hmm.
It's neat stuff.
There's all the robots. There's more robots. Right there.
Yeah, and more airships.
Yeah. And battery commercials for some reason. Amazon's telling me to buy batteries. I don't know why. Okay, there's birds. I don't know. Random shot of the birds, the pigeons.
Oh god, that scene with the pigeons when they're eating the food off of Sheeta's hand, like the animation of that is incredible. There's just so many moving parts on the frame.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like little scenes like that. Like I'm just blown away. I guess just as a grown up, and I'm just blown away by the technical aspects of some of it.
You appreciate
I watched this with my kids. My kids liked it. Excuse me, but they didn't really appreciate like some of the things I was appreciating. But I know they were like freaking out when the robot scene was happening. Like they weren't scared, but they were like, "Oh my god, this is awesome."
That's good. That's good. And like the feel of like when they're in that little car, it feels like a different version of the Beverly Hillbillies almost.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute, was I? It seems like it would be a little bit. The townspeople are all like, you know, all up and roar when they leave town, and just like the guiding from the city, and then like when Pazu saw his father in the cloud, that was pretty sick. The lightning bolt, the electricity in that little sequence was great.
Yeah, there's a lot of good little bits of direction like there. Like I also like the scene early on when Sheeta hits the colonel with the bottle, and it cuts suddenly to the pirates shooting the gun. Like that was perfect.
Yeah, definitely. Anything else, Nakattack, before we wrap it up and give us our rating of this movie?
No, not really. I just I don't know if this is considered like maybe not one of Miyazaki's best films, although I think people are crazy for saying that, because I know like everyone talks about Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away, but I think if you haven't seen Castle in the Sky, I highly recommend watching it. It's like the perfect adventure film.
I agree. And your final rating for the movie of Castle in the Sky is...
It's a 5 out of 5 for me. This is one of my desert island films.
Okay. All right. I give it 4.5 out of 5. I mean, it's not perfect, but like there's other animated films like you're saying, like this would be your desert island film, one of the desert island films. I mean, I could see it being one of those, but like there's a lot of other animated films I would choose in my train of thought, like where I don't know, a lot more of the Disney stuff would be on there. And nothing to, discredit, Studio Ghibli on this. It's a great movie. It's a great concept. A lot of storyline like flowing very well, and like we get a lot of backstory of Pazu and him being a meager like orphan and doing all this stuff and being in the mines and it was a great adventure. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know if I'd want to watch it like constantly on Desert Island. I mean, there's other things I would watch. I don't know why, but yeah, it's still.
Well, actually, that's one of the things I really like about Studio Ghibli films is they're not like kids movies like a lot of the Disney animated films are.
True.
Like the Ghibli films are for everybody. Like even what's that one? The Secret Life of Arrietty, which is basically The Borrowers, but with Miyazaki's touch on it. Like that film's amazing.
You got so much to show me, man. You got a lot of films I'll be sitting down and watching because of this. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what? Fuck it.
We'll work you up to Akira. We'll work you up to Akira as far as like the.
I like Akira
like the hardcore anime.
I like the concept of Akira already, so I do want to watch Akira because Rick and Morty did like an Akira episode, so
yeah.
I think we
Akira was the anime that got me into anime.
Okay, all right. So
I remember the first time I saw it. It was on Sci-Fi Channel back in the mid '90s when Sci-Fi Channel was awesome, and they aired it at like 7 o'clock on a Saturday night. And I was like, "What is this?" And I started watching. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Well, I'm gonna reverse it and give it a 5. So there you go. We both give it a 5. It's a great movie. Not to discredit it at all or anything. I mean, there's not like anything to discredit about it, but it's a good movie. I enjoyed it and our thought processes of what we thought about it. So. But yeah, so Nakattack. You want me to go first and ruin my surprise, or do you want to go your first and announce your movie?
Which one's gonna be next? Mine or yours?
Yours, because your birthday's first.
All right, well, let's do mine first.
Okay. So Nakattack has chosen a movie that I haven't seen, but I want to see as well, as much as he does. It's not one of his films that he's seen before, but he's been a fan of this anthologies of movies and this IP for a long time. Especially me, I have too. So I'm excited to see it, and I heard good things. Nakattack, what movie have you chosen?
Yeah, we're gonna check out the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, the animated one that Seth Rogen helped make.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're finally gonna do it. I haven't touched it. I haven't watched it yet. So I'm excited. And I hope you're excited for the movie I chose, which is one of our favorite movies of all time. I think we both thoroughly have enjoyed it. We've seen it multiple times, and it is time because honestly, I know you're getting your kids back into kids a little bit back into. What we used to watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, my birthday movie, which is going to be happening in 4 weeks from now, we'll be watching Ready to Rumble.
Yeah. I hope it holds up for me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Nakattack, your reaction was like priceless. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. I know you've been busy watching WrestleMania 4 right now in their Discord. But yeah, so I liked your reaction though. I don't know. I hope so you don't think it's gonna hold up for you?
I hope it does. Like I remember the first act of that film being very funny and very strong, but I know it kind of loses some of its theme as it goes on. But I hope I still enjoy it.
I hope so too. I hope so too. I can remember vaguely everything. Not vaguely, but I can remember the movie for the most part of the storyline and all that. I mean, I have a copy of it, but yeah, I don't know where we can watch.
Back in high school, that was like we would just quote that all the time.
Yeah.
Like every all the guys, especially who were into pro wrestling, saw that and we're just like Jimmy King, Crown McKing.
See, you're enjoying it already. You're enjoying it already. So, Open Mic Network, I know you're a big wrestling fan. I hope you've seen that movie. We're going to be talking about that in 4 weeks. So, if you have not ever seen Ready to Rumble Open Mic, go buy a copy on Amazon or wherever you can watch it. Go watch it. It's going to happen in 4 weeks. But if you have Paramount Plus, you can watch the new You Know It. Okay, that's good. Go watch it. You can go watch the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, which is out now, which is done by Seth Rogen. So that's Nakattack's pick, which is going to happen in 2 weeks, which is March 8th. And then mine will be March 15th. And no, March 22nd. So week before my birthday.
You'll be our spring movie.
Yeah, our spring movie, and then I guess I'll choose April. I guess I'll choose the April 5th movie once we come around to that. But yeah, your throat's dry. Well, I'm sorry. Drink it up, buddy. Coach of Hockey, thank you for coming in. Hope you're doing well. But we're about to wrap it up here because honestly, I got to go back to sleep for a little bit. Nakattack needs to go to bed. If you want, you guys can go to Open Mic Network's Discord. Watch some WrestleMania 4. I don't know if it's still going on, but it may be still going on in his chat. But we are gonna go raid our boy Shano. He's playing some baseball. He's having a good time with Big Baby Henny. They're having a good time. They're doing theme teams, and they're gearing up for MLB 24. Spring training is here. Casey Lawrence is on the Mariners team right now. Hopefully he gets a spot on the team, which would be great for us because that's our local boy from Pennsylvania that we all know. That was like 2 years behind us in school, but he's kicking ass and taking names in the MLB. So we're gonna go raid Shano, and I want to thank everybody for being here to listen in to our rants about movies and all that good stuff. So if you guys have missed any of the episodes, it's available on the YouTube. But guys, I love you all. Nakattack, anything you want to say real quick before you go? Where they can find you and talk to you about movies as well off air?
Everybody can get on Blue Sky now, so go find me there. I get on Twitter fewer and far between. Yeah. Because that site's just a shit show, but yeah, Blue Sky is where it's at.
It is. It is a shit show for sure. But I thank you all for being here. Honor and privilege to talk about movies and hang out with my dude Nakattack here. We'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and
hopefully I'll be able to tell you about my awesome gaming PC.
Yeah, we're excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to play Fortnite with Nakattack because I know we're gonna be doing that. We'll be pew-pewing some young kids in that and just having some time.
No, they'll be pew-pewing me.
No, you and I are going to kick ass and take names, don't worry. But love you guys all. You guys know my socials, the Tight Spot on Twitter, the Real Tight Spot on Kick, YouTube at TightSpot's Playhouse, Twitch, you're there already. TikTok as well, go follow us on there if you have not. The Real Tight Spot, almost to 1,000 followers. We're about 200 and some odd away. But we love y'all. Peace out. Let's go to Shano right now. Send him some love. Bye-bye.